See that, Jay? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Joshdifferent back. We back again in 2023, about to get it popping. So this video is just gonna be talking about being alone. So pay no attention to all my random stuff, on the counter. Don't care, y'all can judge me. But so when I first moved into this apartment, obviously, if you see the cabinets up here, they're all white. You probably seen them in my other videos. So this apartment is a work in progress. You know what I'm saying? Check out how. Don't tell my landlord. Listen. So it don't matter. As long as I make it white again before I leave, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But so I bought this red carpet, as you can see behind me on the floor, right? So when you're alone, you can get stuff done like this. So now I've been in the gym. I don't know if y'all noticed. For some reason, I can always notice like stuff with my body when I go to the gym. I don't know. My smile shows easier because I feel like my face is more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I notice stuff like that. So, call me crazy, but so I've been using spray paint instead of, it's easier this way. But I did these yesterday. Put some paper, put some newspaper down, so I won't get it on the floor. But I did these yesterday, and my goal, my goal is to do all of these. So that's basically what I'm telling y'all. Like, when you're alone, you can accomplish so much. Now in 2023, I decided that I want to. At first, I was going to move again. I was thinking about moving again, but I think I'm gonna stay here for a while. So I'm gonna get some decor. Maybe I'll do some updates on here while talking to y'all while I'm doing updates on my apartment. But talk about like mental health stuff. Talk about healing. Talk about life. Talk about basic updates and stuff like that. And then you know what I'm saying, y'all can just follow my journey as y'all been for a long time now. And we can see how far I go. We can see, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can just follow me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can follow, you know what I'm saying? You know what's cool about this? You see this? Look. I've never seen this before. It's like it spins out the Western. So, you see that, Jay? That's dope, right? Let's put JD for different. Josh Different. Subscribe to the channel, baby. That's done. Look at that. That's beautiful, ain't it? Let's check it out. It's beautiful, ain't it? I know I got it on the sides, but I have white paint. I have white paint to go around that. Check out how ghetto I am. I had the shower curtain. So instead of getting it all over the place, I can use this shower curtain, multiple shower curtains, to put it down in order not to make a mess. Listen, one of the main luxuries of being alone is you can open stuff. No, one of the main luxuries of being alone is like you can accomplish so much. You can really work on yourself without any distractions. I've been reading this Bible for men. Don't call me a misogynist. No, I was in the store and I seen that. Didn't realize it was for men, but it's basically, I don't know why it says for men, because it could be for anybody. It's basically a bunch of random scriptures. That are basically like, straight from the Bible, but they're like, they raise your vibration, they're very positive, and they follow God. Like, come on. But I've always been alone when I was younger, but I feel like when you have to be alone is a little different versus when you're younger, you just are alone just because. Like, I was alone because it was intentional, but I didn't think about being alone. You know what I mean? Now, I actually, this is white, right? Yeah. I actually think about being alone because it's like, because of my life and circumstances, it's led me to be alone and want to be alone. Because even though I'm meeting people out here and stuff, I still don't really trust people that much, so I've been sticking to spirituality. I've been sticking to God. I've been sticking to myself. I've been working on myself, reading stuff, listening to Jordan Peterson, listening to, um, you know, if I say Joe Budden, listening to Joe Rogan podcast, listening to stuff like that. Ooh, yes, so I'm gonna use this to paint around where I'm messing up at. Another dope thing about being alone is you can be very selective with what you give your energy to. Like, I felt like too when I used to be around my family. I felt like, oh shit, I felt like the energy wasn't reciprocated that I was putting out. So I always felt like I was kind of out of place, and that goes into, like I said in one of my old videos, that goes into me calling myself Joshdifferent, because not to say that I'm better than nobody, or not to say that you know I'm 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 the way people are supposed to operate, but let's just say that when you come from certain areas, whether that's a company or a family or a hood or a gang or a toxic family like I did, you almost have to fall in line with how the toxic people operate, even if they're all wrong and you're right in the instance. And sometimes you're going to be wrong as well. Sometimes you might overreact based off of the trauma that you've been through dealing with them all attacking you. But a lot of instances, it's almost like you can't win. That's something you got to separate yourself from. So when you're alone, you can really hone in on your own energy and decide what life you want to live and decide the things that you want around you. So that cult that you came from, no matter what it is, like I said, it's a gang, a hood, anything you separate yourself from that no longer resonates with how you are. Once you become alone, you can 100% decide, is this what I want to deal with? Or can I deal with this situation or these people, but only for this amount of time? Or can I deal with this situation or these people, but I can't deal with that? I got to draw the line there. I got to put that boundary there. So it gives you some time to think about those type of things. Being alone gives you some time to really determine what you want in your life. And it gives you some time to determine who you are, because when you're in these dysfunctional situations or in these dysfunctional families or whatever the case may be, you tend to sometimes lean towards how they want you to be, depending on the type of person you are. I've always been very rebellious, but no amount of rebellion or whatever is going to, there was rebellion or no amount of going against the grain or going against what is around you is going to stop your environment from affecting you. You know what I'm saying? We say, oh yeah, I'm not gonna let that happen, not gonna let that happen. Like I said before in one of my other videos, I used to go around my friends when I first met them, and I used to be like, don't do that shit around me with a lot of things. And what happened? Over time, I loosened up those boundaries. You get around those people and you like, oh yeah, we cool or whatever the case may be. So now I can loosen up, and then you get comfortable. Sometimes you don't even realize that you're changing when you're in these toxic situations or when you're in toxic relationships, and then you care about these friends so much, you care about your partner so much, you care about your family so much, that you automatically, unintentionally, without realizing it, lean towards um you lean towards how they are without even realizing it. So that term, you are who you hang around, that is 100% true. That's 100% true. No matter how defiant you are, no matter how, much you say, nah, I'm not going to do that, or y'all can do that. I used to say that all the time. Y'all can do that. And over time, not with everything, but with a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Um, what they say, you are who you hang around, like I said, but if you would look at my friend group in the beginning, it would be like, everybody has their own ways of being or whatever the case may be. And like I said, I will call stuff out. And then over time, if you look from the outside, it just looked like a bunch of dudes who's doing the same type of toxic stuff. Because you start leaning towards that. You start saying, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna do this. You start justifying stuff that shouldn't be justified. You know what I'm saying? You start and it goes with toxic family too. So being alone, honestly, and I honestly believe it. As much as I love being alone, much as I've been isolated when I was younger, older, a young adult, and now like into my later 20s, I don't think being alone all the time is healthy. I don't think that being alone all the time is a bad thing. But I think that you shouldn't be alone all the time unless you plan on being alone for the rest of your life. I feel like you still have to step out into society if you choose to. But if you don't choose to, I don't blame you. But when you go out into society, it might give you anxiety. It might make you feel some type of way. It might, basically, a lot of times we isolate ourselves and then we think we're healing or we think, I'm good now. But you're not really healing. You might be working on yourself, but the only way you can really implement the things that you taught yourself or the things that you got out of the Bible or or raising your vibration and stuff like that, the only way you can really implement those things into um, your daily practice is if you have a daily practice. Now, if you're just out in the hills somewhere, or you just out, in the boondocks, or chilling on a cloud somewhere, and you're really not dealing with even toxic people or people somewhat in society who don't operate like you, um, you need that experience and you need something to trigger you so you know next time you're triggered how to respond or how not to respond. Um, and I think that's where I'm at now. A year and 4 months I've been working on myself. I've been reading the Bible. I've been watching videos every day. Every time I notice a problem with myself, because I'm be honest, I'm very self-aware. So every time I notice a problem with myself, I want to fix it. Why do I feel this way? Why do I get anxiety around that? Why does this person trigger me that way? Why does this person saying this about me or saying this to me get on my nerves? Why do I feel like this around these certain type of people? Why won't somebody say this certain thing? It just pisses me off. Like, I'm trying to figure out whatever I can to tweak how I am after the way I grew up, or the trauma, or the toxicity, and not only just the stuff from my household. Some of the stuff that was out in the neighborhood that I was getting indulging in, some of the stuff that was from elementary. That's why I went to homeschool, because I was getting into so many fights and stuff like that. So many different things within your life causes trauma. So when you become alone, you can tap into all of that, and you can really, like, I'm a thinker, I'm an overthinker, so you can mentally tap into everything that you've been through, and there's a process. I've tried to force it, I've tried to rush it, I've tried to, by next week I gotta have this done, by next week I gotta figure this out, you know what I'm saying? But that's not life, that's not real. Your trauma did not build up in 2 weeks, or in a month, or in a year, so it's not gonna take 2 weeks, a month, or a year to heal it. It's gonna be a process to unpack all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's something I gotta learn over time. That's something that I'm realizing just while saying this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what it is. And I'm gonna need a paintbrush for this. I'm over here using this, but I just wanted to see if it worked, and it does work. I'm gonna close this up, but yeah. So I just wanted to make that video talking about being alone as I'm working on my kitchen, making it look nice. But if y'all got any questions or any comments, put it in the comments below. It's your boy Joshdifferent. Always remember, we different. I'm different, you different, we different. Be you, you know what I'm saying? Be authentic.